So after all these codes, right, we must return back the value so that it will display on the bar chart itself. For the disease function, this is the fourth chart for the disease function, is the pie chart. So each of these, there's 4 pie charts. Each of these will like display one of these pie charts. And from here, right, each bar will create 1 bar chart each. So there's like overall and under 70, under 60, and per 100,000. And for this, right, it will display all the pie chart accordingly to their data and return each different value. And now I will pass over the time to Jin Hong to continue.
So I will tell you how we create this network diagram. So basically, for other chart, normally is only use 1 JSON file. However, for this network diagram, right, we need 2 JSON files. One is the link and the links JSON and the nodes JSON. So also this diagram, right, we also need 2 JavaScript. These 2 JavaScript, and also we have to define the height and the width of diagram, and also establish the SVG container object. So for the nodes JSON is basically all the names, the keywords from the PubMed article. So like PubMed, Corona Devs, and so how do we link? So it's like basically the file is PubMed, so is so-called number as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 accordingly. So if you want to link like PubMed to Chlora, we like source 0 from 0, target to 1. So the arrow is like join to So this is how it look like PubMed is here, this is 0, so it Chlora is here, so it like will point to here. So what is the key highlights? So basically there's a lot of colors, right, the bubbles. So basically we define the color like random 20 colors. So all the bubble will be like all random color. So we have to preload the JSON data using the Q library, because like we cannot like put the links first then the nodes first. This must be in order. So this function is to define the main worker of like SQL function. So basically all the code, all the variable will be all inside here. And this is the variable text for the node label. All the bubbles, right, there's a name. So we have to define all the attribute and we have to return the name. So basically it's like similar to CSS because like you can edit the font size, the family, and the color. So this variable force is to establish the dynamic force behavior. So it's like you can there's a link distance, like how far from the circle to another circle, and what's the gravity and the charge. And this variable agent is to draw out the links. If we don't have this variable, we cannot see the line at all. So it's like what is the color of the stroke and what is the width, how thick is the line. And we have to draw out the circle also. So the radius, like how big is the circle, how is big, what is the opacity. And you can just now change that demonstrate the overlap, the force effect, right? So you have to like without overlapping each other, these are all the codes. So I will be talking about the Ebola cases graph. So these are all the bar charts are quite similar. So I will be explaining for one chart. So we need 2 JavaScript. One is the D3, basically to display the graph out. And the second one is for the D3 tip is for the hovering effect. So another one is a JSON file. Then this is an example, short example, like the country name, the new cases. One chart is for new cases, another chart is confirmed cases, and so on. And this is how we collect all the data from JSON. And this is the hovering effect. So first we have to like define the variable type, like we have to return the country name and the new cases so that it will display out all the names and the cases. So after we define already, we have to like call in. So what is the graph is connected at which SVG so we have to call in the tip. Then we have to apply the mouse over and mouse out hovering effect at the bar append. So we'll put here. This is for the bars, to display all the bars chart, all the bar. And this is the mortality line graph. So as you can see, all the x-axis are in date format. So we have to like define a variable pass date time format, and for the variable x, right, we have to use a D3 time scale, because if you use the D3 dot scale linear, right, it will display like a few millions. The value are quite big. So we have to define the variable x as a D3 time scale. So this is how we collect the data, and the data we have to like change the format to string. And this is the example of the JSON file. Yeah, the date, the case of each country. And I'll pass the time to Jin Lee to do the testing.
So we went through our product and to find out whether there are any bugs. So here are some of them that we can find. So there are some missing data. So when you click on the data, right, the graph does not display any values. That's because, right, some of them we are unable to find the source from the website, or yeah, we cannot find from some of the websites like wildlife. Here are some of the categories which there are missing data. Next, we have the data value that do not fulfill the data range. That's for the graph, like the x and y axis. So for that, we managed to solve the bug by fixing the axis to a data range. Then next, there are some errors in the country names, because some of them do not match with the files from the database, and so we have to make sure that all of them match in the database as well as the ones that are in the code. So after we replace them, we are able to show them and display them on the graph. So here are some of the categories which the bugs are found. For two of them, we managed to fix it, but one of them, the missing data, we cannot find. So next, I'm going to pass to...
So actually, I was wondering, we didn't have our poster. So actually, we want all of you help us to do a poster voting to choose the best poster for our project.
Show me.
So the first one. So next one is very similar to you. I just add the binary codes.
Red cross.
And the second one.
Okay.
And the last one.
What do you think is the outcome for this project? What is the purpose or objective of this project? Because after reading a poster, I just get to know the words, but I don't see the... What do you think, what have this project delivered?
A data that is available for health researchers to analyze and do something helpful and relevant for the society.
What was the comment from Zhong Hang? I mean, he did take a look at it, right?
The last time we met him is we didn't show really a very complete product. So he would just suggest us to add the network diagram for our PubMed articles. And after that, he didn't mention anything else.
Yeah, didn't mention much.
So why? Actually, I think you all spent quite a bit of your presentation on. Oh, this is more Q&A now. You spent quite a bit of time on the how you. I mean, it's interesting because I think this project make extensive use of D3 library. But what is the advantage of some of the visualizations that you show, right? As opposed to just reading a table or graph. What actually can somebody who looks at this data in this form be able to do that he won't be able to do with a piece of paper, for example?
So actually, we will get the source from different websites. They did have some graph, but usually they present in a table format. But when we intend to look at a country, the data of a country is very hard for us For example, the WHO, World Health Organization, we always just look at a single topic, disease about this country. It's very hard to get. Sometimes it's misleading that I cannot get the data that I want, cannot get the table out. We need to try it a lot of times. So with the D3 helps, the user could easily pick the country they really want to analyze and to know more about the things. I think visualizing is better than just a table.
But are you sure it can run in any platform, like iPad, tablet?
We didn't test for the cross
Windows.
platform, but we sure it runs in most modern browser, including Opera and Mozilla Firefox and Windows IE and Chrome. We tested out. The graph is working for this browser. So with mobile phone, maybe you have the browser installed. I think it will help to see most of the contents.
Okay. Just now, actually, you all asked for postal voting, right? You said global health analysis. The previous one is analytic. Then the other one is global health analytic, right? So
This is typo.
based on your you said you're actually providing data for healthcare healthcare people. This poster, I don't know, does it tell the story?
You only show PubMed there.
I need to discussion on that.
It doesn't tell people what is this project about.
Oh,
I think Sri poster doesn't give me what I can do with this project. Is
Yeah.
it data for healthcare or? Okay, just look at your presentation. You say one of the problem is you cannot. There's error in country name. What sort of error can it be? It means this database spells Singapore as Singapore. They can it spell Singapore wrongly in another database?
It's because, for example, for Iran, Iran we have Republic of Iran. Some of the data they specify Iran, comma Republic of. So it's like when you matching the things is very hard. Some of the country have a very similar country name. So for example, for North Korea, some people say it's Democratic Republic of Korea. Some people say it's not North Korea. So it's like we need to fix
Change all to
the
yeah, so no conflict.
Can we look at the visualization again? The life expectancy. I think I don't understand. Not the demonstration on let's say life expectancy. What false one is it?
Actually, you never
Calendar.
can you click on any other country besides Canada?
Yeah. You can pick a country.
Singapore lah. That's
Singapore.
you cannot go there.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
you
too
need to
small.
zoom
too
in.
small cannot.
Thailand bigger.
Oh, you didn't do the zooming.
Okay, because you actually in the presentation on the for the right hand side, the second, you say it's a bar chart, right?
Yeah.
I don't get a sense it's a bar chart because we're like all the same length.
No, it's not.
Because all the value are all very close
The
together.
figure are quite close.
Yeah,
It's
they
like
sort.
0 point something only.
Yeah, I saw the data.
What is the smallest number for this?
You mean like the
46.
Yeah. Actually, you could have changed
Because
not to
I
start
don't
from
know,
zero
with this
lah.
presentation, I have figured bar chart. Actually,
It doesn't look
it,
like
it look,
much,
it could be because when you draw bar chart, I don't know, you could have. It doesn't have a sense as a bar chart. First look at it, yeah.
It's a
So
horizontal.
your skill, you must skill it.
Yeah, it's
Show the skill.
Doesn't have to start from zero lah.
Okay.
You see, if you search for like generic term like Congo or
So in
Korea,
fact, it,
what will it give you?
Congo.
Congo.
Because there are two Congos in Africa. There's Zaire last time, it's called democratically. C-O-N-G-O. There are two Congos.
there's two Congo.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 Congo.
Yeah, and there's two Korea also. Or maybe Korea.
Oh, Korea.
Korea.
So you have North
Korea.
Korea.
Congo last time was called Zaire.
Korea.
Cannot just Korea.
As in type Korea.
Type Korea.
Type
Korea.
Korea.
This is
Yeah, and that's it. Just click search.
this map is the SVG, right?
Let's click
Yeah.
search.
Oh,
Is it? Sorry, this map is the SVG, right?
Yeah, it's a
It
SVG.
actually can scale, right? Can zoom in any level you want, right?
yes.
Yeah, you can zoom in.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
You see
yeah.
Singapore.
Singapore.
Where's Singapore?
How to generate this one?
SVG, scalar vector graphics.
Yeah, using
Yeah, they are not using. It's not an image. That's what I'm trying to tell.
Yeah, it's not an image.
Okay, then
XML, right?
okay, one more. You go any country, the four. I don't know. Okay, any country. Okay.
Russia, echo.
Then there's one percentage above. Did I? I don't know which one.
Percentage?
Average
This
person.
one.
This country Russia so bad. Average people per health percentage 0. Accurate or not?
This is when we are unable to collect data. So we try to, you know,
They are missing.
so we are trying to calculate based on other factors. Like, so let's say I'm trying to calculate the average people, I will need the amount of health facility in the country
Yep.
and the population.
Okay, but this project is about